I'm very different than Tom, as most people are, because he's like a unicorn. And so I know he had taken the time to really imagine himself in each one of these roles in a way. Like, he put so much of himself into each, maybe not in yours, no, like, but that's what I felt.
In a way, this material kind of encapsulates who Tom is, you know, the two separate aspects of himself. You know, he's obviously a part of this very glitzy world of fashion. I think that's what's kind of neat about it, is it seems to be, in a way, almost kind of personal.
I do think he personalized each character, and literally, you know, there was something that you love about each character. Even my character, who's not very pleasant, he's still very charismatic and charming. But considering not only is the character a fictional character, but he's sort of like also in Susan's imagination as well. I was studying sort of and researching psychopaths and Ted Bundy and people who are like, and Jeffrey Dahmer, and all of them kind of came across very charming and charismatic and approachable, and then on the flip side have no kind of empathy or something that kind of gave an edge of mystery and danger. His inspiration was Jack Nicholson in The Shining. It was more intimidating for me to hear that, because that's so specific. I'm gonna have to just find what he, you know, what did he mean by that, you know?
It's one of the reasons I think I was attracted, is I love the challenge of sort of not having dialogue in order to convey sort of what we're doing and or what we're meant to feel, and all of this has to happen inside Susan's head. I approach all the characters sort of with the same sort of technique, where I just do research and learn about them, but ultimately, in the doing of that, it very much you rely on the director. He was very communicative about, you know, what he'd be flashing to and from, and very decisive. Just, it really helped me to understand sort of tonally where he was going from me into the story and then back to me again. So I understood emotionally what her journey was in those moments when it's just me and the story. So a lot of that is relying on Tom and just, you know, an actor's imagination, which is, you know, always fun to get to play in your world.
We were developing the look of each of the characters, you know, doing costume fittings, and I was getting my hair cut, and by a very capable hair designer, yeah. And he came into the trailer and he just got the clippers and he's like, I'm gonna do this. And he like cut my hair exactly the way he wanted it cut. And he's like, no offense, you're doing a wonderful job. I just want it exactly, you know, exactly this way.
Did the same for me with my mutton chop beard.
That's weird. Tom didn't end up cutting my hair at all.
You didn't cut your hair?
No.
Yeah.
He did.
Maybe tonight.
Maybe tonight. I hope.
Yeah.
But within that, I never felt sort of controlled as an actress, meaning I still felt like I had freedom to explore this character. So it was a nice balance of this meticulous detail and then knowing when to let go, knowing when to hand it over to the actors, which can sometimes be hard for someone who's done 20 films, you know.
We shot on film and they just shot until the role finished, you know. Sometimes we'd just improvise throughout the scenes. Each take was vastly different from the next, and it was always engaging in trying to get different reactions out of one another.
Yeah, and he would let the camera roll like on some of the scenes, like the final scene. That camera was on me an uncomfortable amount of time. Like I had to really fight being self-conscious, because it's not often that you sit in silence with a camera just on you.
This is gonna be a tough one to follow on. It's so distinctive.
Maybe he'll do a romantic comedy.
Oh yeah.
You and
well,
I could
you
do,
would think,
and you can play.
Yeah.